We're going to get more now on Syria and President Bashar al-Assad's warning to the West to stay out of his country's affairs. Well, Middle East journalist Nabila Ramdani joins us from central London now. Nabila, afternoon to you. What do you make of the interview that the President has given?
Well, you know, his rhetoric is typical of any threatened autocrat. It's full of extravagant metaphors. It's also full of threats of violence. Unlike men like Gaddafi, however, he's making his comments to an upmarket British newspaper, which also means that he has a very slick PR operation behind him. And that is perhaps one of the reasons why he will still feel that he can keep the West away from his internal affairs. But it also shows that there is no doubt that the Western military ultimately deposed Gaddafi. So Assad's #1 priority will be to keep Western military powers at bay.
Given his allegiances, though, Nabila, is he right in some degree that if the West does get involved, it will affect the whole region?
Sadly, it is a fair statement because a war in Libya would have far greater regional implications, not least because Syria has very close ties with Iran. It has also very close ties with militant groups like Hamas in the Palestinian territories, but also Hezbollah in Lebanon. So yes, a military intervention in Syria will have, you know, as he said, an earthquake repercussion on the whole region.
Nabila, 7 months into the uprising there in Syria, have the revolutionaries, as they call themselves, have they got anywhere?
I think the nature of the protest is definitely changing in Syria. We have now people defecting from the army and starting an armed insurgency against the regime. We also have the protesters themselves calling for international protection and calling for a no-fly zone over Syria. So these are two interesting developments because, remember, at the beginning of the uprising in Syria, protesters insisted that it was a domestic affair and they didn't want any Western powers to intervene in the country. Now this is very much changing.
Nabila, thank you for your time. Nabila Ramdani there.